Howdy, folks. I'm G Money, and you're back for another episode of Story Time Life and Times of G Money and the things that can happen in my life, my world. You never know what could happen. So let's me sit down a little bit, and I'm gonna tell you what done happened. And my whole life is nothing but craziness. So I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to tell you in true G Money fashion exactly what transpired. I reckon this was probably in the night. I got my socks on with my Saint. I'm just chilling and like a villain. I'm going to tell you what happened. I'm trying to remember the exact dates to give you like a time span, like to make it important for the story because this is story time. So I reckon this was back in the. It's got to be like the mid '90s because my daddy, who wasn't so much of a daddy, he passed away in '98. So I reckon it's like mid '90s. I'm sorry, I'm waiting for Speedy Racer to go by here. I'm out here in my crib, next to the road, so you never know. Thank God all the trash trucks done doing their business. So I work for this arts and crafts. Yeah, I know you're looking at me. You're like looking all manly and everything. Arts and crafts. You can still be a man and work for an arts and crafts retailer. Don't look at me like that. Don't even go there because I'll look at you and I'll find you. Any comment you put on this post, I will find you. I don't care if you're in Pennsylvania, Missouri, out there in Indiana, Illinois, Cali. I will hunt you down. So let me tell you, G Money was working for this big time arts and crafts retailer. Guy was the founder of Michael's Arts and Crafts. Woohoo! That was very impressive. Thank you very much. So I was working and living in a place. I was living in a place called Catonsville, Maryland. You probably never heard me say Catonsville, Maryland before, but that's where I live. So I took up working for this arts and crafts retailer down in Columbia, Maryland, and had a pretty nice job. I liked the people. I liked it was great, a whole bunch of great people. I just loved it. So I'll never forget one night. Let me back up in retrospect just a little bit, and then we can talk about the rest of the story. So the doing like all this ceramic and kiln stuff became very, very popular. I'm not sure if it's that popular today, but I know back yonder way, down yonder way, or way back yonder way, whatever you want to say yonder way, was very, very popular. So we had these two big, I mean, I kid you not, like big as my patio table that you can't even see. Big old kilns. And they look like a big green egg. Matter of fact, I just thought of that. Just look like a big green egg right now, but they were like 4 or 5 times the size of a big green egg. So they had all these like layers and racks, and you would put, get you all your little kitties and your mamas and your papas. You draw something cute like a heart on a plate, or like a turkey for that. All that, you know, crafty stuff. Who cares about that? But apparently, I had to go with the program because I was in management. I was in, I wasn't the top dog, but I will tell you that I had some responsibilities, so no need to pat me on the back or anything. But I'll never forget this one night. Everybody leaves, lock the door, and all this stuff, and I forget. I had some very major responsibility. I I, can't, I forget what I was doing. I know it was way back yonder way, but I had to do all these like duties to close up and all this stuff. So I exit the management office and I start to go through the loading dock, and all of a sudden I smell stuff that is like burning. I'm like, man, that's not good. It smells like something about to catch on fire. So hold on one second. So I gets to looking around. I'm trying to figure it out, and I realize all the smoke and all the terrible smell. Come on, man! You really got to drive by here right now. All the smell is coming from the kiln room. The kiln, K-I-L-N, not the killed. Nobody got killed. It's a kiln. You smoke these ceramics and high pressure, high temperatures. So I go in there and come on, people, what you doing? I'm sorry for all the background noise. That's what happens when you live in a community. There goes another. All right, so uh, I'm smelling all. I'm not too happy with my neighbors because they're kind of messing with my productions right now. So anyway, so I go in there. I'm trying to figure out the source of all this stench and all this smoke and everything. And I go in there. I kid you not. This is no exaggeration whatsoever. We had two kilns. One had a very heavy duty spring that was totally functional or whatever. One had like I don't know what you call it, a spring or whatever, but it would never fully latch or have a tight seal on it. So some unknown rocket scientist, I can tell you 100% without a doubt, it was not me. Somebody decided, because it was winter time, we had these big old, like, I think there were like 40 pounds of rock salt. Decided to put the rock salt on top of the lid to help it gain a better seal. So kind of like, somewhat in theory, that principle could work. It didn't work too good because when I discovered that, I walked into that kiln room and it looked, I kid you not, I am not lying one bit. It looked like molten lava. All I see is it glowing, and I realize what's going on. So I run back to the loading dock. I get a shovel, and this is where G Money got a little stupid. I'm not going to lie. So all I kept thinking about was there's probably at least $1 million of inventory. This is a very big arts and crafts retailer. A lot of fabric, a lot of things that could get wet and destroyed. So I run and get, it was like one of these big aluminum, real big fat aluminum scoop snow shovel. So I go grab that. I go grab, and I just scoop off that lid, and I just threw it to the nearest source I could find, which was one of them little, I don't know what you call it, like a teacher's desk, plastic trash can, whatever. I don't know what you call it. It was over there. I just threw it in there, and literally in like a millisecond, it melted through that plastic trash can. So clearly, G Money did not think this process through too rapidly because he was in a crisis situation. So at that point in time, I realized, okay, plan B. I just done scooped up all that plastic molting, just praying the entire sprinkler system in the store is not going to go off and just like damage all the inventory. Because I was the manager on duty and I know I was going to get blamed for it. So G Money tries to find a solution. So I just run out there, open up the back door to where the loading dock was. I just threw all that molten mess out there, and then I come back in, and I happen to see one of them big old aluminum trash cans. So I grabbed one of them. I'm like, guys, plan B. Something's got to work here. So I grabbed that. I grabbed more molten lava, and I threw that in there, and it was just one disaster after another. So I get to like walking around the store to see if any sprinkler system's going off because all of a sudden G Money's about to be fired if all this stuff gets wet. And it wasn't even my fault. I don't do anything with kilns, ceramics. Who's going to paint a little heart on a little like bowl? Come on. G Money don't got time for that. So that is a true story. Sprinklers never went off. G Money never got fired. And that's how it happens sometimes, You never know what you're going to run into, but you got to do the best with what you can. That's all I'm telling you. So anyway, I'm going to tell you one more thing. Don't sweat the small stuff. Just live with it. All right? You hear me, people? You feel me?